This is why I'm not a fan of do-gooders. This is why I'm not a fan of grandstanders. And nothing makes me more angry than, but it's for the children. It's for the children. That always seems to pave the path to hell. All these do-gooders and grandstanders, and they actually get something important taken down under the banner of protecting kids. Hi, I'm Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point News. Got a very interesting story, thanks to the YouTuber Reactor, and his mom, JoAnn School, who is also the mom of the very famous newsman on YouTube, Tim Pool, has been affected negatively by COPPA. Her channel has been deemed a children's channel, and why not? She's making stuff for fourth graders. And now they can't get notifications. Check right here. No, they can't get notifications. You can subscribe, not get a notification bell, and what a shock, you can no longer put comments, so she can't teach you if you have a question about the math problems that she gives. I don't think this was the intent of COPPA, but that's the problem with government regulation. You do it for one thing, and you always get something that you don't ask for. Now, what COPPA is really about is protecting data mining of, kids under 13. And on the surface, that sounds really good, but that's also how YouTube is able to keep the thing going, selling data, selling information. So we're in a situation right now where we're not being very progressive, are we? We're being regressive, because you can still watch your Jake Paul videos. I'm sure you get a notification. You can still watch Lele Pons. You can still get your notifications, but not places like 1.2 million sub Math Antics. That's great. That's great. This is why I'm not for this stuff. And you guys know that I've been having an ongoing. I have an interview with Nerd City, and we argued over regulations, and that argument has really more to do whether he believes in them or not. But this was if I was going to argue over whether regulations or COPPA is good or bad, well, this is why it's bad. Here you go. This is what you got. Also, what I got for you today is an interview with the very famous JoAnn School. She does a nice little service, 31,000 subs. That's excellent for a math channel. And again, she's the mother of both Reactor and Tim Pool. And I'd like you to hear her out. Here you go.
Yes.
How are you? My name's Tommy C, and I run a news channel, mostly what they'd call YouTube drama. But I think your story is really special, and I think it's also important to let people know that the COPPA regulations, and I didn't know this up until your son told me, that you have an educational channel, as the viewers can see right here, called JoAnn School, and you teach things like fourth grade math. I know you do other stuff than that. And your channel has been affected directly by COPPA. Not only can I not get notifications through the bell, if you go to one of your videos, it clearly has blocked any kind of communication you could have had with your potential students. And I think when COPPA came out, the idea was to protect kids from targeted advertising. I don't think it was to keep them away from essentially free education. Were you surprised by this?
Yeah, I was really surprised. And at first, I wasn't quite clear back in November how it was going to affect me. I really didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. Yeah. But since it kicked in, it has affected my channel dramatically, monetarily and for my subscribers.
Oh, absolutely.
And one of the biggest changes I have seen has nothing to do with money. It has to do with a 9-year-old wanting to put a comment saying, I don't understand this word problem. Do you have a video that talks about it? And I put a link in the comments saying, watch this one. And I do it for GED students, and I do it for Algebra 2 students. Wow. and high school geometry. And I do it for mothers who have second graders watching my first grade or second grade playlist. And they can't ask for help anymore unless they go to Twitter and DM me, or they go to Facebook, which is the same thing that YouTube is trying to avoid. YouTube data mines the information And now the kids are going to go there to ask me questions.
That's really. Did you expect? First of all, when you heard about COPPA, were you nervous about it? Did you think it would affect you, or would you, like me, did you think they'd just be going after the Jake Pauls and the Lele Pons of the world? I didn't envision this to be affected. Did you think you were going to get your channel essentially partially turned off?
I didn't think it was going to be this bad. And, you know, I'm a very strong proponent for child safety. But what really gets me angry about the whole COPPA thing, COPPA, C-O-P-P-A, is YouTube was told by the government that they cannot data mine any information from anyone under 13. So instead of not data mining these comments or, you know, these videos, they threw the burden onto the creator. So
yeah.
YouTube didn't have to do anything to go along with this with the FCC. They didn't even have to blink an eye. All the burden was put onto the creators that we had to change our channels. So they didn't get hit at all. And my YouTube revenue has gone down 80%.
Jeez, sorry to hear that.
Huge difference. Now I always see a difference after the Christmas break because it's a math channel and kids on Christmas break don't watch math videos. But I'm comparing it from January of 2016 to January of 2017 to January 2018, January 2019, and now this January. And each January I was going up. Not a lot. Math videos don't go viral. I was only going up by $100 each January year. And this year I went back 150.
Hey, that's not really relevant whether it makes a lot of money or not. You're providing a pretty, I would think, important service. I mean, this was when the internet started becoming accessible for people in 1995. This was the vision, the way to educate in ways never thought before, and in a worldwide area, not to be cut down. I mean, I don't think this decision by YouTube. I mean, they could have just simply chose not to data mine children's channels. And I told them that. Yeah, and this is having, I would say, a negative impact on children. What's more surprising, what makes this a lot more interesting, and how my fans will know, you're actually the mother of the very famous newsman on YouTube, Tim Pool. So I think people are going to be very upset when they found out they took down Tim Pool's mom's math site. I mean, it really is outrageous. I'm also the very proud mother of Reactor. Yes. Oh, well, I mean Reactor. He's a legend for taking down a YouTuber, right? Did you know he was a bad boy? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, Reactor has been genius level since he was preschool. So he skipped first grade. Yeah. Your son, he skipped first grade. I know your son's one of the smartest people I know. I actually know Reactor a lot better than I know Tim. Tim also follows me, talk occasionally, but your son and me have actually played games together and talked and what have you. Oh. But yes, the mother. You were correct. They put the burden onto the creator, and this whole YouTube Studio beta has so many problems, and whenever I try to go back to the classic version to do something, this pop-up window comes up saying, why are you going back to the classic version? And I have a pre-printed Word letter that I just copy and paste and throw on that thing every single time that window pops up, because I'm so tired of being asked. Oh, that's terrible. That's really terrible. I really wonder if there's something that could be done. If we can, I don't think this was the intent of the regulation. I don't agree with the regulation at all. I think it's, whenever government gets involved with regulation of the internet, it always has these unforeseen circumstances, like taking down educational channels. I don't agree with it at all. But I do understand why YouTube's doing what they're doing. They don't want to take, multi-million-dollar fines. But perhaps if this video could go viral or more people would know about it, YouTube could find a way to give you your channel back to full capacity and also protect themselves under the law. You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. No, they're not going to stop data mining because that's their whole platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a reason that you can watch videos on YouTube for free. It's because they're data mining you. Same with Facebook. It's not some happy joy site to connect family and friends. They're data mining you. And that's their benefit. And that's their whole business, you know.
That's their model.
And
that's their
they made the creator's responsibility when it was their responsibility not to data mine.
Yeah. And you don't think they could not data mine a math channel? Like they could. There's no way to do that. I mean, they have to data mine absolutely everything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not as familiar with business at that level.
I've been on Patreon.com and posting my videos for years, and I've been on Minds.com posting my videos for years, and I've even been on BitChute, and I'm not getting the audience.
Yeah.
I've had my videos going on Minds and BitChute for over 2 years now, and I've never broken 100 subscribers.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, this is
when my YouTube channel is over 30,000.
Do you know other educational YouTubers? Because it's a community that I'm not very familiar with. Do you know other educational YouTubers that have been affected in this way?
I know Math Antics is huge. He's only got about 70 or 80 videos, but they're very highly produced, music, animations, and he only covers like the real serious, topics like it's not by grade level, it's just this is how you multiply fractions, and he's only got about 70 or 80 videos. He has no comments. And I know Khan Academy is huge, and I know they've done some grade school level videos.
Yeah.
And I actually, because I have gifted students watching my videos, I had an 8th grader write to me right before this happened, because I let my subscribers know that it was about to change and there weren't going to be any more comments. I actually made a video about it and I posted it on my channel. And an 8th grader wrote to me and said, well, most of us are 13 or 14 years old, so it's not going to affect us. And I said, I'm sorry. According to the COPPA rules, if anyone under 13 could possibly watch this video, then it is considered for under 13. And I have gifted students that are 11 years old that are doing 8th grade math.
Wow.
And I have 7th graders that are doing algebra 2. I have a 6th grader who is doing high school geometry. And she just, she's 12 and a half. So what I did was I had to block all my Algebra 1 freshman high school videos as made for kids under 13 because of these gifted kids. And I did half of Algebra 2, and I think I did half of the high school geometry because I had to allow for the gifted kids.
So in an effort to protect children, we're really attacking children's progression in education. That's nice. That's one of the.
Well, they do have them out. They can get a hold of me on Twitter or Facebook, but I highly doubt there's going to be a 10-year-old with a Twitter account.
Yeah, well, then I don't think they're even allowed to have them. To be honest with you. Well, I tell you what. Have your son Reactor give me all your information. I'll make sure I put in the description box in this video. And I'll try to get that out there, and I'm sure there's I have kids, and there might be some people in the audience that would love some stuff like this. I probably could use some 4th grade math. I'm terrible at math, so you probably could help me out as well.
The difference between my channel and the other channels that are doing math is a lot of them are a 5th grade teacher, so she's only making 5th grade videos.
Gotcha.
Or it's somebody like Math Antics that's only making 70 or 80 videos that are random, heavy topics in math. My channel has actual playlists going from August to June for an entire school year, every single lesson in order in a playlist. So a lot of homeschool parents are using them.
Oh, wow. And then can you even have playlists anymore? Well, they do. I see you still have playlists available. 3rd grade math.
Oh, I have many.
Oh, so this is like, so if I click on one of these videos right here, it's like going through a whole school year. For high
Yes.
school. Oh, wow.
If it says there's over 100 videos in the playlist, I think Algebra 1 might have 300
Wow.
because it's such a heavy topic. And I just had a young girl write to me in the high school geometry. She was able to pass geometry honors because of my regular high school geometry playlist.
That's really,
yeah,
I tell you, I think getting this, I think a lot of people think that COPPA's keeping kids' data protected and that's it, or maybe not seeing so much advertising on YouTube. But I think people need to know that it's also affecting educators like you that I think that are needed, and also show the value of the internet. I really appreciate you being on, JoAnn, Tim Pool, and Reactor's mom. I really appreciate you coming on.
Oh, you're very welcome. And you know what? They're not protecting the kids. They're protecting the kids' mother's phone.
But there you go.
Because the kids watch on their mother's phone and their mother's laptop. So
there you go. Well, again, it's been great talking to you, and all the best. All the best. Thank you so much for the story.